and let me know if you're around. If you're on the live, come and tell me where you're joining me from and how you're doing today. If you're on the replay, drop me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you caught this and what you think of the cards and the tapping. And if you're thinking cards, tapping, not sure what's going on here, then you might well be new. You're very welcome if you are. My name is Emma Starling. And for the last 20 years or more, I've been completely obsessed with all things energy, energy work, energy tools, divination, and soul purpose work. And the Daily Tap is all about showing you one of my favourite tools in the whole world, the one that completely changed my life, helped me to pay off £50,000 worth of debt, meet the love of my life, and enabled me to spend the last 2 years of my dad's life with him before he left us way too early, as well as Mr. Boss. And this is the business, this is the tool that I've used to build a life and a business that is just out of this world. So what we're going to do this morning is I'm going to give you a toe dip into emotional freedom technique, or tapping, as you may also hear it called. And to do that, we're going to pull a card from the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck. The reason I use cards is because when these videos can reach so many people, it's really hard to tune into what might be going on for everybody. Whereas when you pull a card, it kind of pulls together a general thread that is for the ones that it's for, right? So whatever card comes out, I'm trusting that the message is meant to be. If you don't use cards, don't worry about it. Just take it that this is how we find the thread to work on. And then as I'm reading out the message behind the card, I want you to tune into your body. What do you notice? Do you feel pulled towards the message? Does it resonate for you? Do you feel repelled or resistant to it? So just notice, and you might feel sensations, you might feel clenching, tension, tightness, discomfort, pain, just fizziness. You know, there's all sorts of sensations that you might feel when you're hearing the message. And then we're going to tap on the message and see if we can clear some of the resistance so that you can get all the good stuff out of it, right? If that makes sense. So do let me know where you're joining me from. I may not be able to see comments at the moment, but I will always come back and say hi. So this is, there we go. So this is third time lucky this morning. Oh, very nice. Matchy. So this deck is really beautiful. And if you've known me for any length of time, you will know that if my cards are carrying a bang on message and it's a big one, then some aspect of the card will match my outfit, right? The colors that I'm wearing. And there's yellow in there, yellow and white. So this card is beyond the ordinary, right? And it's number 45. And it says, it's about the mystical, the ineffable part of life, trusting the invisible world without understanding it, which is exactly what we're doing right now, right? Recognizing that some things cannot be known in advance and are not meant to be grasped intellectually, also what we're doing. The awareness that everything is as it should be, even if it doesn't make sense. It says, beyond our ordinary world, defined by our memory, our intellect, and our five senses, is a mystical realm of beauty, magic, and extraordinary potential. This is the spiritual realm, the quantum reality, called by some the great mystery. This place doesn't operate under the same laws we're used to, but rather has its own way of working that is perfect, though hard for us sometimes to understand. When you want to know what's to come, the nature of something, or where you're heading, it's natural to turn to a trusted oracle and expect some kind of answer that will inform your view of how things are, how things might be, or indeed how things should be. Sometimes this is not possible because the elements cannot be named or are not yet in place. Things may still be in flux, so you cannot know and may never be meant to know. No matter how hard you try to understand why something happened or how or when it will happen, now is the time to surrender to not knowing. The mystery is a mystery because it's at present unknowable and as yet unmade. Even its potential is impossible to understand. What is waiting for you lies beyond the ordinary, but it has not yet chosen its shape, its path, and the manner by which it will be delivered. Your job is to stay the course, allowing whatever comes to be exactly as it will, without trying to ascertain anything in advance. Oof. Now that is a message and a half this morning. And it's funny because this is the third time I've started this morning. The first one, I had a sneezing fit. The second one, it just completely went to pot. And the third one, this stunner of a card came out. Now, part of the human condition is that we like to, and I don't mean necessarily consciously, our nervous system likes to have control of things because then we feel safe, right? If we can predict the outcome, if we can know what's coming next, even if it's crap, right? Even if it's something that we're used to that's awful, if it's familiar, then it feels safe to the nervous system. When we're trying to manifest things, when we're trying to make things happen, when we're trying to change things in our lives, bring something in, whatever it is, there is an element in this quantum energetic universe that we live in and are part of that we cannot possibly control or predict. And that's the part that the human 3D, brain and meat suit struggle with, and the nervous system in part, because if we can't see it, we can't touch it, we can't identify it, how do we know that it's not going to kill us, right? In nervous system speak, that I guess that's what would be going on. So when we and yet when we're trying to bring things in, manifest things, make things happen, make things change, the way to kind of collapse the time it takes for that to come into form is exactly that, to surrender and release the control of the outcome, right? Or at least release the tension that we're feeling when we think about not knowing what the outcome is going to be or when it's going to be here or whatever, because it's that tension and that feeling of it's not here yet, I'm not sure, or I don't know what it is, or ooh, that little bit of worry. That vibration is what is a mismatch for what we want to bring in, right? And being as though it's Lionsgate tomorrow, this is a doozy of a card to come out today. So what I'm going to ask you to do is place your attention on something that you desire, whether that's something you want to have, whether that's something you want to be, whether it's something you want to change, something you want to go out and do, something you want to manifest, something you want to make real at this time. We need to think about it. And it might, for the purpose of this, make sure it's something that you might be saying to yourself, but I've got no idea how I'm going to make it happen, right? I've got no idea, whether I can do it. I've got no idea. Okay. Because it's that kind of lack of crystal clear connection to the outcome that can send us off into a tailspin of panicky energy, right? So we're going to tap on that. So just place your attention, place a hand on your body if you'd like, and just place your attention on that thing that you want to be, do, or have. Now, to help you activate the resistance or the fear or whatever comes up for you around the lack of control, I want you to finish this sentence and say it out loud if you can, because when you say things out loud, the vehicle of the word carries the frequency back to your brain. You hear it differently, it lands, and it triggers us differently, right? So say out loud for me, I can't be, do, or have that because, and then fill in the blank. And it'll be one of four things. It'll be able, willing, worthy, or safe. It's not safe for me. I can't do it. I can't do what it takes to have it. I can't make the sacrifice. It's going to take too long. It's going to be too hard. I'm not worthy of having it, or it's not safe for some reason for me to have it. Underlying, that's what will be underlying what comes out at the end of that sentence. So we're just going to tap on the side of the hand. We're going to do a couple of rounds this morning. So just repeating after me, tap where I tap, say what I say, and see how you feel. So even though there's this thing I want, and part of me maybe doesn't believe I can have it, right here and right now, I'm just going to sit with these feelings. And even though maybe part of me doesn't feel able, willing, worthy, or safe to be, do, or have what I want, right here and right now, I'm just going to sit with all of this. And even though maybe it's something huge, and maybe it feels impossible to grab hold of, right here and right now, I choose to tune into limitless possibility. So we'll go on the eyebrow. This thing outside of the eye, this thing I want to be, do, or have. Under the eye. It's beyond the ordinary. Under the nose. There are parts that are out of my control. On the chin. That maybe I have no idea how to make happen. On the collarbones. And that makes me feel what? Under the arm. And I can feel this emotion in my body. Top of the head. And I know that it's skewing my vibration. Eyebrow. There'll always be things that I can't control. Outside of the eye. And in terms of manifesting, things I don't even know about. Under the eye. But when I don't completely trust that it will happen, under the nose, then there's no way it can. On the chin. So I choose to relax and release the tension. Collarbones. To lean into trusting the unseen and the unknown. Under the arm. To trust myself to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Top of the head. And to lean into surrender so the universe can meet me halfway. I'm going to finish on the third eye, on the forehead. So be it, and so it is. All right, coming to a stop. Take a nice deep breath. So go back and think about that thing that you want to be, do, and have, that beyond the ordinary thing that you have no idea how it would happen. And just tune into how possible that feels now. You can finish off that sentence again. I can't be, do, or have it because, and see what comes out. And then you can flip that and say, I can be, do, and have it because, and fill in the blank. So how did that feel to tap on the resistance, the lack of knowing, you know, all of the concepts, all of the ingredients, everything that it's going to take? We can't possibly always predict what we're going to need to know to make something happen. But when you trust deep down inside, when you trust yourself, when you fully trust your connection to the universe, because the universe is us and we are it, you know, we are actually manifesting as us, if you look at the 4 levels of consciousness. But it feels like sometimes when you're in the early stages, like either everything's happening to you or you've got to do everything by yourself and it's got to be all push, 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 to me consciousness, by me and to me. When you get into through me consciousness and you realize that the universe is expressing itself through you, that things are getting manifested through you, you are the conduit, then it's much more easy to trust that everything will work out how it's meant to. Okay. So with it being the Lionsgate portal tomorrow, it's a hugely potent time to manifest. And I would like to offer you to join the workshop tomorrow that I'm doing in the Cocoon group, membership group that I run. It's called Stillness as a Sacred Technology. And because it's the 8-8 portal, I'm going to offer you the chance to have the masterclass and a week free in the Cocoon for just £8. So because we meet twice a week, a Monday, a Friday, and a monthly masterclass, you're getting 3 tapping sessions with me for the princely sum of £8. So if that's something you would like, then put Cocoon in the comments below and we will organise you getting in so that you can come to the masterclass tomorrow, 3:30 to 4:30, or you can watch it on the replay because it will be posted within 24 hours. This stillness as a sacred technology is going to help you. It's going to give you a process to get still, to drop below the external noise so that you can tune in to your truth, to your trust, and your ability to make anything happen. Okay, because that's where it gets really magic and really potent. And keep your eyes open as well, because if you are a coach, a healer, a leader, or a mentor of any kind, and you are looking for the missing piece in your practice or the thing that is going to really help your clients shift, I've got some really exciting stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks. And I have an event on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of August that you are not going to want to miss. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you to your day. Please remember to like and share this if it helped with you, if it helped and resonated with you at all. Please do help me get it into the hands of somebody else today, to help us hit out the goal, the mission of 1 million people impacted by energy work in my lifetime. All right. So have a wonderful day, whatever it is you're doing, and I will